right? All right, so we got the recording on. Let me grab a awesome new like little leaflet here. All right. Why can't you never find your lighter when you need it? All right, so everybody, let's just take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to release. Just take another deep breath in. And just observe any place in your body where you're feeling tension, anxiety, stress, discomfort, and just breathe in love. As we breathe in the sage, clear the space. Just take another deep breath in. Sending love to all the places in our body where we're feeling discomfort from the day. And on the exhale, we're going to release. And we're going to take another deep breath in. We're just going to imagine taking our hand and grabbing down to the core of the universe and feeling that molten hot lava from the core and bringing it up through our toes, through our ankles, through our calves, through our knees, all the way up through our hips, through our sit bones. You might want to rock real quick, all the way up to our heart center. And just set an intention. How would you like to feel from the rest of the evening on? Okay. Then we're going to take all the amazing lunar energy and we're going to bring that down to our heart center and match that with our intention and make sure that we feel aligned. Take another deep breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to breathe in love to that intention. And release. We're going to take another deep breath in. And as we fill up our diaphragm, we're going to lift up our arms and we're going to shake out all the tension, anxiety, frustration, fears that we've had throughout the day and just shake it out, 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 shake it out. And we're going to do that one more time. Just breathe in, filling up your diaphragm. And as you fill up your diaphragm, you're going to lift your arms above your head if that feels comfortable for you. And just shake it out, 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 shake it out. And we're going to breathe in love. And we're going to exhale gratitude. We're going to breathe in love. And exhale gratitude. So hopefully that cleared some energy for everybody. So, and again, thank you for your feedback. Tess is looking for new houses today. She's in Colorado, so she doesn't think she's going to be able to make it because she's still with a realtor. So that's where she's at. All right. So we're going to go, I'm going to screen share real quick with you. Can everybody see that? Put you guys on the side. So 4 steps to overcoming our fears and beliefs, because, a lot of you guys have worked through the 4-step process. And what I want to do, I want to bring back a lot more fun and enjoyment to the group and the overall morale and the energy that we're a part of. So, and as we're working through our fear, you guys know what might have been going down, back in August, September-ish, and even in November and December-ish, it's now changed. And we're definitely in a high vibration. The consciousness of the universe is shifting. We're shifting. Everything's shifting. So at the end of this, what I want to do is hopefully everybody can identify what their core fears are and make your new power mantra. And that will be a cool little 40-day practice that we're going to incorporate into the remainder of this program. And so it's really important to realize, how does the fear show up? So, oh, that's interesting. I wonder how that even happened. That's weird. All right. I got marks on it and I didn't even mark anything. All right. Well, I'll use red ink. All right. So as you see in the middle, so this is your core energy perception chart. Sammy knows about this. He's a coach in this as well. So when we're dealing with ego and not feeling good, we're in the self right here. And, we might feel victim. We might have no emotions and feel really lethargic. And that obviously, none of these inner circle, like this circle here, none of that feels good, as we all know. And it's been one of those weeks it just has. Let's see. Can I clear this? Why is it not giving me all my love? Here we go. Clear. All right. clear all drawings. Okay, perfect. Oh, and I got it back. Okay, cool. So what we really want to do is we want to go, this is our reaction mode. So this is when our energy drops really low and get into a place where we're from reaction to action. And action is here on up. Okay, so we start to claim responsibility for ourselves, knowing that we have a difference and we can choose differently. We forgive others as our feeling. Our action result is that we're more cooperative. And a lot of you guys resonate in this level 4 area, which is compassion, concern for others, and being of service. You know, you guys are all amazingly generous with each other if you need help, et cetera, and so forth. So that's where the majority of you rise. And where I really want to bring the vibration of this tribe is right into this frequency right here. All right. I guess, well, I want to be in the compassion and peace zone, which is a really high vibration frequency, and it's going to allow us to manifest more. So let's dive a little bit deeper about our, let's see, do I need to, what are your fears? So like I say, you know, it's always good to readdress fears that are showing up in our life. And the number one fear that I've come across is I'm not good enough. And these are this is feedback that I received from people when I did a fear workshop. And so this is what the information that I was received from a survey. So I know that I'm not good enough is definitely like root of all evils. Information overload is a big one for a lot of people, like shiny object syndrome. Fear of falling into the same pattern of starting but not finishing a project. Fear of success or not knowing how to handle leadership. Will your personality change because someone I can't stand, pompous, show off, et cetera, and so forth. Fear of loving their life, only to have the rug pulled up from out of them. Not being good enough, again. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of failure and rejection. Recruiting and keeping team members motivated was a huge one for everybody that was in a direct sales company. So where did these fears come from? The majority of the time, they come from our childhood. As you guys know, I'm a big, firm believer in Wayne Dyer's philosophy that we came into this life, everything was perfect, we had everything provided for us, and then we saw life. And then life threw us a few curveballs, you know, and a lot of the stories that we hear about money, you know, if we really look at our money story and you look at how you grew up and what was the common theme and bond of what showed up, you know, did your parents always say we don't have enough money for that or we can't afford that? It gets imprinted into our mind. And when that's imprinted into our mind, we have to reprogram and reshift it to move past it. You know, life, you know, you go to kindergarten, you're playing at the sandbox, somebody doesn't want to share, then maybe you decide that you don't want to share because, you know, Bobby at the sandbox didn't play castle the right way, you know. So these are all imprints that really, you know, factor into how fear shows up in our life now. And then society rules, you know, if you grew up Catholic or I want to say Buddhist, and, you know, I don't think anybody's Buddhist here, but Catholic or Muslim, Baptist, you know, the things that we learned in religion and growing up, you know, that could have shaped a lot of what's going on for us now. So I'm going to open it up for discussion. I'm going to just stop the screen and just see, just from that quick little depiction, like, how is that resonating for you guys? You know, how does fear show up for you right now? Kind of thing. Do we need more clarity? Are you okay, Jessica? Do we need to send you love, girlfriend? You're good? Okay. You're good. You're just breathing it all in. Gotcha. It's okay, Leah. It was like kids were scribbling on the presentation. So how is fear showing up for you guys? Is it showing up or is it not showing up? Anybody want to raise your hand, unmute yourselves?
For me, for a long, long time, I think all my life, it's like been a fear of rejection.
Okay.
Failure and rejection.
Okay.
And those seem to be like one and the same. and always being belittled and torn down for expressing and showing what I believe in or what I value. And so a lot of my journey lately has just been falling back into harmony and alignment, and accepting my authenticity and become more authentic with myself. And I've just been like, like a buzzsaw, cutting off those that just refuse to be accepting, and cutting ties and being done with it, because I'm just tired of being hurt and taken advantage of.
Right.
So that's been especially the last 4 or 5 years.
Okay. And would you say that, and I love that you brought this up, because I was sitting in meditation and I was just came to the conclusion, I know that when values are crossed, that's when miscommunication is usually heightened and things don't work out between people, because you're not seeing things the same way. In addition, that the values that you were taught don't necessarily have to be your values as you're an adult now.
Right.
And that really throws us for a loop, because you were taught one thing, and then you feel differently. Maybe you don't like the religion or how all that plays. Maybe it doesn't resonate with you. And then you have, we decide what our values are as a human. I love a values assessment. Maybe I'll put a values assessment just to see where you guys are showing up with what your value, like what do you value? Is it integrity, honesty, trust, all that good stuff. So, and I like how you're expressing your values and you're going to harmony and alignment, Sammy, which it's a journey, right? It's the reprogramming and all
it's been a journey. I've just been dealing with 50 years of resentment for being treated with such contempt and disrespect, and learning how to release that in a healthy manner, because I no longer want to release it and deal with it in an unhealthy manner, because that's not in harmony with who I am. It's not in alignment.
Okay.
I'm not a mean, vindictive, cruel person, and I don't like people pushing me into a corner and forcing me to come out like a mean son of a bitch.
Right.
That's just not in my personality. So learning to tone it down, and learning to hold my space so that I can come across assertive versus being abrasive.
Awesome. Love it. And then, and I'll share when we start to get into, because I want everybody to kind of work through this, and so you can make your power mantra. Again, if you feel comfortable in live group, I understand sometimes this gets very sensitive for people, and if that's the case, we can we'll work on it one-on-one, but releasing in a healthy manner. And if you really take the 4 steps, most people have 3 steps. I like to have the power affirmation afterwards, because the affirmation is healing and releasing in a healthy manner. So anytime that fear shows up, because it's inevitable that it's going to creep in, usually it's not on the days where we're vibing in that high vibration. It's the days that we, shit hits the fan, or, we get injured, or we get hurt, or we get a doctor's diagnosis, and that when our vibration is low, that's when the ego and the chit chatter comes in. And most of I call it the DB, diva bitch, dumb bitch. When she starts chattering, how do you release her in a healthy way? One of the best ways to do that is to simply say, thank you for this lovely chatter that you've decided to share with me, but it provides no use or value to me. You literally you have an opportunity at that moment in time to say, this message is not serving. And then go into this power mantra, and whether you want to do mirror work or you just want to repeat it over and over again and get into a better, healthier vibration. So you're not in reaction mode. Now you're moving into action mode. When we're in action mode, that's when magic and miracles happen. Love it. Does anybody else have anything to say in regards to Sammy's interpretation of his fears and the beginning topics of the energy vibrations, how it shows up, the feelings, thoughts, and emotions that go along with it, and the actions that happen in our bodies that we Tess isn't here, so it might be a quieter call. How do you silence the group? Just, we don't have Tess. So, Leah?
Yeah, I've definitely dealt with the whole fear issue. I think I've talked about it before. Pretty much, I think it's funny you call it the dumb bitch, the DB, because I relate to that. That person, that aspect of myself has ruled my life forever. Every big decision I've ever made has been based off of that chatter, which is not, it didn't lead me to a healthy, prosperous place for sure. Right. So dealing with fears for me, it's definitely fear of everything being taken away, like losing everything with a snap of a finger. So I don't allow myself to have much because I'm afraid of losing it. I know it sounds crazy, but I've realized about my, that, I've denied myself a lot of happiness, a lot of opportunity, a lot of things in life based on that fear of that it's going to be taken away or it's going to be gone.
Right. And it holds on to you, right? Like it feels crummy.
Oh, it's awful. It's horrible. And it manifests into physical ailments, and sick and, overweight and, becoming physically, taken out of the game and, not being able to function right because of all that. I believe I went through a period of my life where no one could tell me what was wrong with me. I was in this severe, like crippling pain for a few years, going to doctor after doctor, specialist after specialist, and no one could, diagnose me because now I know that it was me. All this stuff got to like the boiling point, the whatever people want to call it, the breaking point, where it had just totally physically manifested. And I'm still dealing with that. I'm still coming out of that phase. So that leads into more fear, of my business. Here I am with this healthy catering, eating, and that, DB pops up and is like, who's going to believe you? You're still overweight. You're still fat. Who's going to want to, believe you or order from you? They're going to look at you and click right on to the next web page. So those are things I deal with even still to this day.
Oh, that's so, thank you for sharing. That's huge. So this is going to be a really awesome assignment for you to work through. And I think, so before we get into the more like breakout coaching sessions, do you feel it's fear of success, failure, or that you're never going to be good enough?
It's a lot of fear of success.
Okay.
Well, I'm not as much afraid to fail. I've failed many times. That thought doesn't scare me as much, even though they kind of go hand in hand.
They do.
But it's definitely more the fear of success.
Okay.
I've cock-blocked myself so many times in professional ways. Seriously, I've blocked myself on major, major things in my life for no other reason than self-sabotage and fear of that success.
Okay. I thought you said cock block.
I did. Sorry, I'll clean it up.
Okay. All right. So no more cock blocking. Okay, I got it. Message learned or message heard. Heard you. As you know, I don't know if they say that in your husband's kitchen, but a few kitchens when you're speaking to the chef, like they say, heard, like that's meaning like I picked up what you're putting down, like got your message, don't need to talk to me anymore, get the fuck out of my kitchen, kind of deal. I love that though. Block for self-sabotage. I get really excited talking about fear, even though it's a crummy, funky emotion. And then we'll definitely do a guided meditation to really change the fear into a very nice high vibration. Cool deal. All right, I'm gonna pause, aka stop the recording. I'm actually gonna keep my cell phone point tonight.